Hello guys, welcome to the next video on JavaFX tutorial for beginners. In this video we will see how to use tables using TableView in JavaFX. And for this we are going to use properties which we have learned in the previous videos to populate our table view. So if you don't know how to use properties, just watch that video first on properties and then watch this video. So let's get started. I have created a project called TableView, and in the application package I have this main.java class where I have added this code to call our main.fxml file. I have this main.controller class which is blank right now, and I have this main.fxml file which is also blank right now. Okay, so I think you know how to create these files. Now next what I'm going to do is, first of all, for example, I want to create a table of student information. So student can have his ID, name, surname and age, and I want to populate this data on a table view. So how do I do that? So first of all, for that I'm going to create a new class which I will name it as student. Okay, so first class name is student and click finish, and this will create this student class. And in here, first of all, I will create 4 variables. First will be private final integer, and this will be the ID of the student. Okay, in the same way I will declare 3 more variables for name, surname and age. Okay, so this will be string variable and this will be our name variable, and then third variable will be the surname, and the fourth variable will be the age, and the surname is string here. Okay, so because we have declared them as a final, we need to initialize these variables. So let's right click on this class and then go to source, and then we are going to select this option which says generate constructor using fields. Okay, so select this option which says generate constructor using fields and select all the fields and then click OK, and it's going to generate this kinds of constructor with all the field names, and it's setting all the values like this. Okay, now next what we are going to do is, let's transfer this variable at the top so all the variables are at the same place, right? Now second thing what we are going to do is we are going to declare the getters for these variables, right? So right click once again on your class and then go to source once again, and this time choose generate getters and setters. Okay, and then select all and then click OK, and it's going to generate only getters because we are already setting the values of these variables using the constructor, right? Now after doing all this, we will change our variable data type to simple integer property and simple string property. I have used this integer and string earlier because I wanted to generate this getters and setters for this class, so it's easier to generate these getters and setters using these data types, right? After generating your getters and setters, you can change this data type to simple integer property for ID and age, and for the surname you can use simple string property. Okay, so for surname and name you will use simple string property, right? So we have done that. Now you can see it's showing this error, and this error says change to the ID data type. So we need to cast this ID to simple integer property. So what we can do, we can use new then simple integer property, and in the brackets just enclose this ID, right? Same you can do for the age. So let's do for the age, and we can do the same for these names and surnames, right? So just enclose it like this, and for the surname also enclose it like this, and we forgot this new keyword here. Okay, so like this. Now if you remember, to access a simple integer property or simple string property, we need to have the method called get on the variable, right? So here it's showing this error because we need to add this method called get on this id variable, right? So just write dot get. Okay, so add after every variable name dot get method, and it's going to get you the value of this property. Okay, so this is our student class, which we are going to use to populate our table view. Okay, now once this is done, we are going to go to our controller.java class, which is main controller.java, and first of all we will implement here initializable, and then you just add the unimplemented methods here, which is initialize. And now I'm going to declare first of all @fxml, and then private table view. So just call table view variable from here, and it takes the template variable, right? So we want to create a table of students, right? So just call the student class, which we have created recently, in these angle brackets, and then give the name to your table. For example, I give the id as a table itself. Okay, now every table has its column also, so we are going to create 4 columns in the table, and instead of using table view, we will use table column now. Okay, so just use table column and paste it 4 times here, and this takes 2 template argument. One is the class name, and second is the data type. So the id data type was integer, right? So just write integer here, and then give the name to your table column variable, which is id for the first column, right? Same we will do for the age column, so just name it as age, and this will be the name column, and second will be the surname column, right? And just add this string data type here and to the name also. Okay, so we have declared 1 table view variable and 4 table column variables with the column names, right? Now next what we are going to do is we are going to declare a observable list. So declare a public observable list and name it as list. So this is the list of students, right? So it will also take this template variable, which is student in our case, because we have created this student class, and name it as list is equal to fx collection. So just write fx collection dot, then call a method called observable array list here, and then close it, and inside this constructor brackets we will add some data to our list. So because it's an observable list of student, we can add this new student constructor here. So just add new student, and this constructor takes 4 variables, if you remember, right? First is the id, so give for example 1. Second is the name, so give any name, for example some name. And then third is the surname, so give some surname. And fourth is the age, which can be something like this, an integer, right? And then using comma separator, you can add multiple instances of this constructor, right? So you can do something like this, and then change the IDs of all the student constructors. So I have generated this kind of data inside this list here, and make sure the last data doesn't have this comma. Okay, so we have our observable list now, right? Now what we can do is we can take this table variable and go inside our initialize method and call a method called set items on it, and then this takes the observable list. So just provide this list variable here. Okay, now just above this code, what we can do is we can just use our id variable, and then we can call a method called set cell value factory here, and then we can just add a new property value factory. So just search for property value factory, and it takes two template argument as we have given in the table column, right? Student and integer for id, right? And then in the constructor it takes this name of your column. Okay, so do the same for the name, surname, and age. So second is our name, third is the surname, and fourth is the age, and we have to pass this here also, surname here also, and age here also, and this name and surname are a string, right? So just add string and string here. Okay, so now we are ready with our code. So we just need to edit our fxml file and add a table view inside this so that we can populate it. So just right click on your main.fxml file and open with scene builder here, and just choose your anchor pane here, and then change the layout property of it. So pref width is equal to, for example, this time 500, and the pref height is also, I'm going to choose 500. Okay, and then go to here in the search option and search for table view. Okay, and just drag and drop this table view inside this anchor pane, and to make it stretch to the length and height of this anchor pane, you can just select your table view, go to modify, and then click this option fit to parent, and it's going to fit to parent. And now right now you can see this table view has two table columns, C1 and C2. So we need to add two more table columns because we have four table columns, right? So just add one more table column here. This will be the third table column, and take one more table column from your controls and just drop it here. Okay, so now you have four table columns. Now select your first table column from here, go to the property and change the title of it or text of it. For example, first is the ID, second was the name, so just change the name of this also, and then third was the surname, so change the text of this also, and the fourth was the age, so just add age here. Okay, now once you do this, we need to connect our controller to this fxml file. So go to controller here, and then choose your controller class, application.controller. Okay, now select your column once again, and then go to the code here, and then choose the ID of the code, right? So when you just drag here, you can see we have declared the table column variables here, ID, name, surname, and age, right? So select first column and give the first table column variable here, ID. Select second column and then choose the name, third is the surname, and fourth is the age, right? Now we also need to give the ID to the table. So go to the hierarchy here, choose your table here, and then go to the code, and then choose this variable called table, which we have declared here. You can see here, right? And now you can just save your code and refresh your project. And now we are going to run it. So just run your app, and now you can see we have successfully populated our table view with this data. Okay, so this data is same as this data in the observable list, right? You can match it from here, right? So in this way you can populate a table view in JavaFX. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.